Dear Cosmo babies, on this week's episode, we are talking with our special guest, Stephen Parslow of Salon Monster. I am your host, Annie MacArthur, and I have my co-host with me today, Aaron Gray, and let's get right into it. Welcome, Stephen. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks. It's a real pleasure to join both of you.
I think it was such a no-brainer to have Stephen on because, I think our goal is always to connect the audience with people who are super like-minded and that we love. And as soon as we talked to Stephen, the very first time, we were like, hi, so you're our new best friend. You don't know me yet. I feel like we put in a lot of work too with hi, bestie. So we did some minor stalking. I'm going to call it minor. It was definitely major. But yeah, I'm really pumped because every time we get off the phone with Stephen, we're like, love him. He's so great. So
you don't know how long I've been following the Hair Nerds, because I've been following you since I think pretty much your inception, and was just inspired by the type of work that the two of you were doing. And so this for us is a dream come true to be able to connect with you and to collaborate. It's really awesome.
You knew what you were getting into.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
I know. I definitely have to back Aaron up on that one. After the very first phone call, we were like, these are definitely our new best friends.
Yeah.
We just love the ethos that the two of you bring to the industry. It's one of those things that I think so wonderful in this industry is the groups of people that are out there. I don't think there's many industries that have this sort of camaraderie and support that the hair and beauty industry does. When you find your peeps, it's just amazing.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely.
Now, Stephen, have you always been... Sorry. Have you always been in beauty, or what's your background?
Absolutely. My original background is actually architecture. I studied architecture at the University of Auckland in New Zealand. So that was where I started out. But I've been in tech for the last 24 years or so, founding various companies, working both in the design development side of stuff. But hair's always had a thread through that for me. Not that I've worked in the industry. I guess I work in the industry now, but not that I've ever been a stylist. I have always been really affected by hair. And going back to actually when I was at university doing my degree, I was a kid who struggled interpersonally when I was younger, a bit of a dork. And I think one of the things that I really found in university was I found a hair salon in Auckland, New Zealand called Stephen Marr. It was just an awesome cutting edge salon. And they did student cuts. And it was so awesome on a Friday night to go in, get a student cut, and I'd get taken care of amazingly, felt really cool doing it, always pumped me up, made me feel more confident. And that was when I realized the impact that hair has on people and all our professionals have on people. It's not just cutting hair, it's really changing how people feel about themselves. And that had a big impact on me. And then after that, I did meet my wife, Christine, who's one of our co-founders, at a hair salon. We met at the hair salon from the movie Bird on a Wire with Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn. So here in Victoria, BC, she was managing that salon at the time. And so we met. If you ever watch the movie, there's this big white curved melamine desk. It's super 80s. But that's where we met. And since then, since the late 90s, hair's definitely been part of my life.
That's awesome.
Certainly living in your house, right?
Definitely.
I think when you live with a hairdresser, it's, oh my God, I know everything about this industry now. You're in it. You got to be in it. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. There's a lot of stories.
Yeah. Kind of going back to what you mentioned, though, is that you've been a part of quite a few foundings of different startup companies. 18, is that correct?
No, not quite that many, but I've been about 4 or 5 that I've helped found or get off the ground. I've done ones that I'm a partner in, as well as I've also consulted with and helped several other companies launch in a range of spaces, everything from peer-to-peer file sharing to I've worked a lot in AI grocery analytics, campground booking systems. I've touched on a range of different things, and my passion is small companies, helping people launch or build companies that have an impact.
Yeah.
And definitely with Salon Monster, one of the things that I absolutely love about what we get to do is we get to work with independent business owners to help grow successful businesses. So for me to win is when people's businesses succeed, throw, and thrive.
Yeah.
Thrive and grow. I've had the chance to run more marketing-based companies and that sort of stuff, which at the end of the day, you don't really have a great passion for it. And what is just so cool about what we get to do at Salon Monster is we get to witness people's successes and the impact that it has on them, on their families, on their communities. And that makes it worth getting up every day.
I bring that up though, because you very much know what you're doing. And you have your, this isn't just, oh, I'm a hairdresser and I'm frustrated with my booking software. You know what you're doing. You know what you're creating. You know how to put something together. And so this is a software that is very real, very legitimate, and made by people who know what they're doing, which I think is really important because they're as personally, I have worked in salons. I have worked behind the chair. I have worked with a lot of booking softwares from very large to super, super minuscule. And something that I love, again, Erin and I, after the very first phone call with you, is this is different. This is different. This is awesome. These people know what they are doing. They are grounded in this industry. Your partner, Liam, is a hairdresser. So you do have that. It literally is Erin and I of the software. Yes.
That's beautiful.
And that's why I wanted to bring that up, because it's Erin isn't a hairdresser. Erin didn't work behind the chair. I'm a hairdresser. I have worked behind the chair. I still keep up with my education, even though I don't continue to work on clients, but it is very much like a symbiotic relationship like Erin and I have. And those kind of relationships, I think, are really special. And with people who actually have a very solid foundation and understanding of what they're doing, can bring a truly unique product to the forefront of the industry.
Yeah, I feel really fortunate, and thanks for that. Yeah, Liam has always been an independent stylist, and so brings that side of things. I mean, really, Salon Monster came out of scratching his itch. And then Christine, my wife, and also our third co-founder, she managed salons for decades. So we've got that salon management side, we've got that independent stylist side. And then I come from more the user interface development tech side of it. And for me, one of the things that I find really frustrating with software is when it's built by and for software developers.
Exactly.
I really think we have to start from the pain point and work outwards when we're solving things. And when we started Salon Monster, looking at competitors that were out there, things like Mindbody Online, which are trying to do everything. They're trying to do yoga studios and gyms and nail salons and massage and hair in there. It takes 6 hours to get trained up on it. And there's all these features. Yeah, it's incredibly powerful, but it's also a lot more confusing because the stuff that's there isn't what you need as a stylist.
Exactly.
I'm also going to have an unpopular opinion and say that it's really difficult as a consumer when your service provider is using a software that is so crazy, over the top, like you said, and really built for software engineers as opposed to that service provider. It's really frustrating. My mom will call me, I'm trying to get a pedicure, but I can't do it. Okay. You know what I mean? And half the time I struggle with it. And so I think that it is really frustrating. And I have absolutely not booked something because of Mindbody software before, because it was so difficult. And it was oh my God, I can't remember my password. I can't remember how I just let me give you my money. Let me give you my money. But I think that I am glad that we're talking about this because Salon Monster there's a lot of booking softwares, right? There's
absolutely
a ton. It's super saturated. You can throw a rock and hit one. So what makes Salon Monster so different? What are those key features that you're okay, this makes sense for me?
Great question. So really what our focus is, we're primarily focused on the independent and chair rental stylist. So that's our market space. Commission's great. And we're seeing some really terrific stuff in the commission market space, particularly looking at things like Destroy the Hairdresser and their approach to rethinking how commission-based salons are run. There's some great stuff out there.
Yeah.
But we're particularly focused on chair rental and independent. This sort of comes from the type of people who are attracted to our platform generally. It's also where our background and expertise comes from. So we're really focused on helping the independents, the chair renters, have continuity of their data throughout their career. This is a really big aspect for us. Data loss is a big aspect, and it can be a really it can be a major cost for someone in their career. If you don't have access to your data, if you have loss of data, when you're moving locations, that sort of stuff. So what we're working towards right now is a connectable based system, which will allow stylists to actually be able to connect their accounts with each other and share data while retaining complete access to or complete ownership of their data. So no more midnight moves, that sort of side of things, and trying to make sure that you have your data throughout your career. And again, being clear, this is chair rental. We're not talking about trying to rip commission salons off or anything like that. Totally. We're just trying to create tooling to help people in chair rental, which we've seen, especially post-COVID, as a real growth. When we look at the numbers now, we're seeing over 50% of stylists in North America, either in that independent or chair rental category. So for us, it's an area that we're really passionate about.
Yeah. I do want to mention too, at the end of this podcast, for anyone who is listening and is interested in learning more about Salon Monster, we are actually going to have a special discount available for you. So listen till the end and we'll get to that.
Perfect. And absolutely. And we're always happy to set up a walkthrough for anyone. Just hop on. You can always pop us a message at support@salonmonster.com too. And we'll set you up with a personalized walkthrough and all of that as well.
Yeah. Okay. But that's what I love about you guys is that you're like hairdresser tech support. Yeah. Because I would say that as an industry, we are not like ultra tech savvy all the time. Like we like to get comfortable. We like to live like in the space that we're like, okay, I'll just do this forever because this is like what I understand. But you really, and it's you and Liam. It's the two of you. So if you would also like to be best friends with Steven, we'll fight you over it. But that's who's helping you set it up. And I love that we've talked about this like white glove approach. And it really is like the founder and creators are like, here, let me make sure you understand. And we're going to talk about it and we're going to get you set up and we're going to help you figure it out. So,
and for us, that's a real win too, because one of our goals is to always keep learning what we can do to help people. And I think having those one-on-one conversations that we get to have, getting those insights from our users, and we always find it very interesting because even just looking at North America, the difference between, say, how things are being handled here up in the Pacific Northwest versus down in Florida versus maybe up in Quebec, Canada, or those sorts of things. We've got all these different ways that people handle stuff. So we're always trying to learn and adapt. And what our goal is to use software to be able to take those pain points and to make them easier. And a big difference too, in terms of how we try to structure our software, is we look at it as being, as the stylist customer relationship being a really big aspect. And so one of the things we try to do is to really give a big picture of your customer when the client comes in. So when you open up a booking, it's not just a booking. It's not just that service that you're doing. You can look at all the information. You can see notes, so color notes, all those sorts of things. You can see photo history. So you can go back, you can look at befores, you can look at afters. Customers can submit photos in. You can see their booking history. You can see their sales history. You can see all the communication that's gone to them so that when they're coming into your chair, it's not an unknown for you. It's really easy when they come in, they say, I'd love that color that I had 2 summers ago. It's really easy to pull that up, or that cut was just fabulous, and you can pull up the picture of it. You can track what products they've been buying, those sorts of things. All that data is available for you. So we try to give a real big picture so that you can help your customer more and you can give them a better experience.
Yeah. I love the fact that you have the photo access available in the booking software, because I think that's such a unique selling point. Like, as someone who, again, has worked behind the chair and knows the difficulty of having to not only remember everyone that comes and sits in your chair, but then remember what you did on them or what they looked like if, like, maybe they went to somebody else or changed their hair in between appointments of seeing you and being like, okay, what did your hair look like last time? I absolutely love that feature, because a lot of hairdressers see so many clients, especially if they're cutters. Like, that is a lot of clients every day that you are seeing. And so that is such an easy tool to be able to go in and actually have photos and have a photo history of everything that they've done.
Yeah, we're such a visual industry too.
Yeah.
And where we'd like to be able to go with it is be able to help from a promotional standpoint with that as well. But the great thing is to be collecting client photos. That's such a great way for people to be able to build clientele is to be able to show their work. And it's something that people are often a little nervous about starting to do, learning about client boundaries, all that sort of stuff, creating a space that you can take a good photo, learning how to do that. But really, it's such a great way to be able to grow your clientele. Is using tools like Instagram. You two are the masters of Instagram, and being able to have that in such a visual industry that we're in. Another bit that we're really try to do is we try to give stylists a lot of control over their appointment book. You can use Salon Monster either just as an internal tool where you don't open up online booking, or you can open up online booking, which a lot of our users do. You can open up booking just for particular services. So if there are services that you want to keep internally, say a bang trim or something like that, or larger services like wedding services, etc., where you need to have a consultation, you can keep those as an internal service. And then what we've done is a few different things. So a lot of our users have closed clienteles. So we've got the ability for them to be able to only allow existing clients to book online. So in order for a client to be able to book online, that has to be set up by the stylist. And once that's done, then they've got that permission to, but it's going to stop you from having unexpected clients coming in.
Oh my God, I love that.
We've also got there,
looking for an all-over color, but needing a color correction.
Totally.
That's the fear, right? I think that's what makes people nervous to open up online booking is that clients don't know what they're really getting. You know what I mean? Like they just know, like they know they want a wolf cut and maybe a balayage, but that's actually not at all what they're asking for. So yeah.
Totally. Yeah. And then they'll book themselves in just for roots and expect to be able to fit all of that in there.
100%.
$100 service.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we've also got the ability along those lines to have either automatically accepted bookings or a booking request. And so with a booking request, basically that comes in, they select what they think they should have. And then as the stylist, you can then edit, adjust, and approve or decline. And you can decline with a note as well. But we have quite a few people use that, especially in situations where there is a bit more variance in service length, etc. They're able to filter as it comes in, set it up so that it fits well in their day, or make an adjustment in the timing, etc., and then go ahead and approve it. Yeah.
I love that these features specifically are like really targeted for people who are in chair rental or like rental salon situations, because a lot of times they're already going to have a base clientele at that point if they are renting and are by themselves. And I love that feature specifically for people in those situations, because they're sometimes maybe not accepting new clients or maybe need to like get rid of a couple clients. And that feature is just like chef's kiss in those situations.
We also have the ability to block clients as well, too.
I love that.
But I also like, from a marketing standpoint, you're getting people to go ahead and pull the trigger on booking the appointment, even if the stylist has to make some tweaks, or, hey, this is actually not a 1 hour appointment, it's a 4 hour appointment. So we just need to move you. It opens up that line of communication, but you are getting that commitment from somebody. And I think that in an economy like we're currently experiencing, and as things are getting a little scarier, it is really nice to go ahead. Like, you need every advantage you can get right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then right now over the holidays, we're getting a lot of people using waitlist functionality. So we've got the ability to either just have an internal waitlist, or you can actually open that up to clients as well. But definitely during the holidays, that's something that we're finding comes on. I need that cut on a Saturday before my Christmas party, and seeing if you can fit people in there. So we've got the ability to track all of that as well.
So with being a smaller company right now, how has user feedback shaped the development of Salon Monster? I feel like you guys are able to get the ball rolling a little bit quicker on what your users are actually asking for.
Definitely. And that's it. We love user feedback. We're good at improving things when we hear about it. We're not great mind readers. When we get to have these conversations with people, it's terrific. And we get to see the patterns that are there in terms of what people are looking for. And then trying to find solutions that may not even be immediately obvious to the stylist, but we're able to see it on a larger scale and be able to bring together a solution that solves things for them.
Yeah.
One of the areas that we're working towards is for driving traffic, and we don't have this quite yet, but we're going to be working on the ability to do Google and Yelp reviews from in the app to drive traffic instead of using our own review system, so that it's something that is going to be a traffic driver for people as well as a social validation. So looking at stuff like that, where, a lot of platforms have integrated review platforms, but they're all on the site, that doesn't help you drive any traffic into it. And so those are the sorts of feedback that we're able to get from users and able to learn from. And for us, it's a cool experience because we've got some absolutely phenomenal people that we get to work with. And that just makes our day really fun too.
I love that. I love that change is able to happen quickly within a company like Salon Monster. Like, it feels like your voice is actually heard as a user and a hairdresser using the platform. It's like my feedback is actually being listened to, not just by someone filtering through the emails, but by the people who are actually like creating the software and creating the whole idea of it.
That's definitely our goal. And we certainly try our best to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of features are you guys working on right now for 2024 that you're hoping to roll out?
Great question. So we're working on an integrated website builder that's going to allow people to set up a very easy website. So that's going to be part of it, as well as allowing them to procure a domain name so that you can have all your brand and everything set up on there in one easy thing that just ties directly in with your system. So that's something we're really looking forward to. We're also currently investigating setting up two-way text messaging. So we've got the ability to do two-way confirmation right in the app. So you've got the ability to keep all your discussions and your communications all in one place. So when you go look at that client, you can actually go back and track all of your communication there, see what's been going on. So we're really excited about that.
That's awesome.
Okay. That's super cool.
I love that you get to keep it off of your cell phone.
Yeah.
That makes it so nice. Keep business. And I love the separation.
We're interested in feedback, because one thing we are actually considering is allowing full phone separation. So actually putting your phone number in Salon Monster. We're just in the process of discussing this with customers and trying to see if this is something people are interested in. But having that ability to filter all your personal calls from your work calls and to have a shut off at a certain time. And then what we'd love to be able to do in the future is to be able to layer some AI in there so that if a customer leaves a message, it could suggest to you what the booking that's needed is. But
that's amazing.
But yeah, there's some fun stuff we're really looking forward to playing with.
See, this is like the tech nerdy stuff.
Yeah,
like
totally.
The stuff that we're like, that sounds really cool. You should do that. We have no idea. We have no idea how to make it happen. That is why you need Stephen and Liam in your life running the tech side for you.
100%. Yeah.
And as I mentioned, we're really interested in growth. So we've talked with the two of you as well about we're looking at options in terms of providing some growth education inside the app, providing really actionable tasks for people to be able to help them grow if they've got downtime in their day. So that's another area that we're really looking forward to investigating.
We're looking forward to that also.
Yeah. I do think you guys have this whole hairdresser approach. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, mind, body, and soul. It's very, hey, we want to help you make money. We want to help you grow, but we also want to help you make a positive impact on your community. And we're doing things that are the right things. And I think for us, we really align with you socially.
Yeah.
And so I think that you guys have always had, you have, what are your clients' pronouns and like that type of thing. And it's just something that you've done, not something like you haven't had to throw a parade for yourself to do it, but it's just something that you do because it's the right thing. Yeah. And so I think for us, we love to align with companies that are just doing the right things, just really good humans.
Yep.
And I think that's how you guys run your business.
Definitely. We try to run everything very ethically in terms of what we try to do. One of the things that we found that was very frustrating in the salon industry historically, and I think thankfully this is shifting a bit, but we found that the salon industry historically was really a big business run by a few mega players, and the ethics were at points questionable. There's a lot of pay to play. I think what we've seen over the last few years, especially as people pulled together through COVID, is the creation of more community and more people focusing on social areas that really need to be addressed. We love what the Dress Code Project is doing, for example, and it's wonderful to see community come up like that and to be able to see them providing tools for people to be able to provide safe spaces, to be able to help educate people in terms of what's needed in salons and to open up that conversation. We're seeing a lot more groups that are coming into this with some sort of ethos and a passion and uniting people. I think talking with Liam and a few other people, there was more isolation in the industry historically. Thanks to the internet, we're able to really find our people a lot more. And I think it's a really interesting industry in that way. I think it's probably not going too far to say that the salon industry has saved some people.
Definitely.
In terms of finding their peers, feeling that they belong finally. And those are really important things that shouldn't be underestimated.
Yeah.
And so for us, that's why we loved finding the Hair Nerds, because initially when we started connecting with some of the big press and stuff in the industry, there's a lot of pay to play, but in ways that make you just feel a little bit icky.
Absolutely.
That's not what we want.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We want to be lifting all ships and helping everyone grow here and help support those communities that are being built. So
I love that. But I also think that if someone doesn't believe in what you're doing, if you don't believe in me, I don't want you to share me. I don't need you to talk about me, and I certainly don't need to pay you to talk about me. I think that what you guys are doing is so revolutionary because it is stylist centered. It's not money centered. It's not like necessarily growth centered. Like it's 100% for the stylist and for the independent stylist, who I think has been so underrepresented for so long. I love that you just took this like niche group of people who are huge in the industry. They have this huge voice, but because there's the separation of everybody, I think that people don't realize they have such a voice. And so you could just said, hey, we're for you. We're for you. We're building for you. We want to grow you. We want to help you. Like we've built a Mecca. We've built a Mecca. Come home.
Yeah. Well, and these are all our friends. These are the people who inspired us to do what we're doing. And yeah, we did really originally just build Salon Monster for friends. And it's grown to something beyond that. Liam, my stylist here in town, Charlene and Shelly, shout out to all of you. Anthony, there's all sorts of people that we built this for originally just because they're our friends. And we want to see them doing well. And it also gives us another excuse to hang out with them all, which is always good.
I think that's how the best things start, though, is because the passion that's going into it isn't, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make a ton of money. It's, I see my friends struggling and I want to help them. And in turn, that is going to help so many more people. Yeah. And that is where something special really comes from.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's, you've got that connection to it. And you've also got that guidance from your peers too, which is always really helpful. Yeah. You can sit down and have those conversations.
So what do you see for the future? Like we're looking into the crystal ball. What do like the next 3 to 5 years hold for Salon Monster?
Great question. So really what we're aiming to do is to grow into pretty much a complete digital toolkit for stylists. We want to alleviate that pressure for that business management side. So taking things from that online booking, CRM, booking management, sales tracking, through to we're working on QuickBooks integration over the next couple of months here so that it can go straight to your bookkeeper so that you don't have to stress that side of it. Enough late nights staying up, trying to get things ready for the bookkeeper at the end of the year.
More taxes.
So really we want to be that whole package. We're also looking to build out some tooling to help chair rental salon owners. We're looking at the potential down the road of having the ability to do all your chair rental billing right through the system so that you can have that automated. It can do your follow-ups and everything, make sure that's all being taken care of. And so we're working towards that. And those are some of the key areas we're working towards. Just again, supporting independents, supporting chair renters, and then of course, helping the chair rental salons as well, because they're always a good amalgam of coworkers who are trying to do their best to work together. And there's not a lot of tools that are built to help the chair rental salon owner either. Helping out there. Yeah.
Pretty desolate out there.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love what you guys stand for. And I think really just over the last year, getting to know the two of you has been really fun for Annie and I. Because we really feel your passion, right? And we have definitely said, oh gosh, they are like the tech version of us.
On more than one occasion.
But every time we get off the phone, we like call each other and we're like, hey, love them so much, right?
Yeah.
Have a little gush.
Two-way, that's happening at the same too. Oh, they're so amazing.
So I think it is really cool, but I would definitely encourage anybody listening that if you are maybe not 100% happy with your software or you're just getting started, because I think that a huge portion of our listening audience is that like we're finishing up school to like the first 5 years out of school. If you need someone to help you, and you could just use a little more hand-holding and guidance than maybe some of the bigger companies are giving you, I'm gonna put the Hair Nerd personal stamp of approval on it, because this is so easy. Annie and I have both logged into the VAC system, and it's a game changer. It's like one of those things that you need to just really run seamlessly.
Yeah.
And if you can get that part done, then you can focus on the hair and the marketing and all of the other
stuff you actually enjoy
that you have to do, right? And so it's, if someone can just like handle this part, and okay, if shit falls apart, I've got someone to call. And so then they're going to help me, and it's a real person, and I know them and I've seen their face. I think that there's something very comforting about that. And Lord knows we could all use a little hand holding and a little bit of comfort, because this is,
it's a big world.
The first couple of years they're big, they're tough, and there's a lot that you are still trying to get a handle on. And I think this is a really great way to do that.
Yeah. And we feel so fortunate to get to join people on their journey. And it's so cool to get to watch people grow from coming out of hair school, building their client base, and growing into the stylists that we see now is just, it's the coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stephen, where can people find Salon Monster? Like, how can they get set up?
Absolutely. Just salonmonster.com. You can click try it for free on there, and it will set you up with a free account. We're going to have some special deals that will be in the comments, I think. Grab one of those, and once you've signed up, just pop us a message. We've got a little messenger in app, and so we'll make sure that we get you credited with the Hair Nerd special. And we can also, if you don't want to sign up for a trial yet, but just want to have a chat with us, pop us a message at support@salonmonster.com, and we can set up a one-on-one demo or just a quick chat with you to see if we're a fit. Our goal is always, we want to make life easier for you. So we want to sit down, understand what your needs are, make sure we're a good fit for you. Because our goal is to make your life easier, not harder.
Definitely. We've made it to the end. Everyone, thank you for listening and hanging out with us today, all of our wonderful listeners. And if you are ready for that special offer, I'm going to encourage you to go into our description right now and go check it out, because we have all of the details listed right there for you. I just super appreciate everyone who is listening today. Definitely encourage you, go look at salonmonster.com, follow them on Instagram @salonmonster. These are your new best friends. These are the people that are going to be helping and supporting you in the industry. And Stephen, we cannot thank you enough for being a part of this, but also being our wonderful podcast sponsor for Dear Cosmo Babies. We just absolutely love the support and the ability to help spread the Salon Monster message, because again, this is a brand and a company that Aaron and I fully believe in. At the end of the day, we are absolute Salon Monster fans and are just so glad that we are able to partner.
We're so grateful to be able to partner with the Hair Nerds. The two of you are just amazing. And I really hope that I'll get to meet some of your listeners on one of your trips sometime, because those look amazing.
Yes.
Or you and Liam could just come on a trip.
I know, just come with us.
Out there right now.
Exactly.
Everybody, we are headed to Tokyo in March.
Oh my gosh. Those Tokyo trips look phenomenal.
Oh, they're so good. They're so good.
That Mizutani show that you just went to was mind-blowing.
Oh, it was so cool. It was so cool. We were just on a live last night talking about Tokyo, and it really is just, it's so different. It's so next level, and we love it. And yeah, we're always just looking for excuses to travel with our friends. So pack a bag or headed to Tokyo.
Yes, please.
And thank you for everyone listening, and we will see everyone next week. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.